Yeah, I did it once. It's me again. I dropped Los Angeles for all you haters. I'm back with this fearless, you know what I'm saying? You cats in LA, some of y'all half-stepping, thinking y'all doing it better than me. You wanna beat? Bring it to the plate. You know what? Let's go.
We out on the show, we doing what we do. One side red and the other side blue. Niggas ain't tripping, we out having fun. When you living in the city that sets with the sun. We out on the show, we doing what we do. One side red and the other side blue. Niggas ain't tripping, we out having fun. When you living in the city that sets with the sun.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to West of the 110, or should I say my boys over there in DC. Welcome to Chocolate City, where hustle meets the heartbeat of Washington, DC. This isn't just another rap conversation. This is about culture, grind, and legacy. You know, it's always been more than monuments. It's a go-go, it's a trap, it's a street, and it's story nobody else telling. You know, tonight we're going to shine a light on the voices that carry that energy forward. The entrepreneurs, the artists, you know, the herbalists, you know, and the visionaries who turn struggles into movement. You know, my boy Say Cool. He's gonna bring it to you raw, unfiltered, unapologetically DC. What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. We hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, how you doing?
All good, man. What's the word, man? What's going down, man? Why don't you tell the people what side of the world you on, man?
I'm Say Cool, aka Son of Man. You know, my mother was a Black Panther, you know, so I got my Afrocentric name. I'm Say Cool. My other brother is Ahmad, and I got another brother that's Babatu. She used to run back in the day with the famous Shakur. Long story short, by the time I was 16, she was in with Martha Stewart doing 8 years. By my 18th birthday, I was facing life plus 50, ended up getting 40 years, did 11 of the 40. She did 8 of her 11. I came back home when I was like 29, been home since, did the music, got the music thing. Since then, man, I've just been getting it how I live, you feel me?
That's what's up, man. Like I say, man, a lot of people from outside of communities that we grew up in and came from, they could read about it, but you can only read about it. You can't you ain't lived it. You know what I'm saying? shit you've been through, man. A lot of people have been through some stuff you done been through, man. Hey, man, some people can only imagine, but you know, we glad to have you here, man. We're gonna get into some real talk tonight, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, though, man, what's the word, man? What you want people to know out there, man? What's going on? There's a lot of stuff going down in DC, man, in that area over there. A lot of people see the ice raids and everything. A lot of people scared to come out, work, have fun. You know, like what's the vision out there, man? What it's looking like?
I mean, right now, living out here, it's a little, you know, I guess controversial, a little dangerous because, you know, DC is federal territory. So given the fact that they passed that mandate and it's federal property, you know, the feds don't need warrants. They don't need probable cause. They don't need anything for search and seizure. They can come in your homes because you don't own it because it's on federal land. So anything in DC, they can pull you over for no reason. They can detain you for no reason. They pulling people off the streets for eating on the streets, for smoking in public places, for doing things that regular people do. So when you say it's a police state, it's like a police state right now.
And see, that's a lot of the stuff that people don't see on the news out here. You know, they show minimal, just show maybe, you know, some officers walking around, but they don't show that type of stuff. So, I mean, I'm glad you said that, man. But other than that, like this is something I want to know, like in California, Colorado, the Western states, I don't know about on the East Coast, like out here. I want to know how's that affecting the sales, because I know when the raids happen out here, like the marijuana dispensary shops like that, for example, they lost a lot of money. People were scared to go out there. Do y'all got dispensaries out there?
I mean, they have federal dispensaries, like government ran dispensaries, but like for the most part, just like New York, they're charging like $1 million, maybe more for a license. So and they're taxing, you feel what I'm saying, so much on the back end, it's not worth it for small business owners to go legal. So they got mom and pop stores, and it's worth more to run it up until they get caught and they pay the fines, then getting legal, getting a license, and then having to pay on the taxes and then fees. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, as far as like them messing with the market or the industry, like that's not really a factor as far as, you feel what I'm saying, dudes getting their money. You know, police gonna do what they do. You feel what I'm saying? But the market as a whole, as with everything else, has been misinformation has been given, you know, toward us as a people. You feel what I'm saying? And in the terms of not only the industry, but the profit of the industry. You feel what I'm saying? And since, you know, they trying to legalize and everybody trying to get their foot in it, you feel what I'm saying? Everybody's stepping on all of the tree. And if you want to think about it, you feel what I'm saying? Our mothers was right back in the day when they said you smoking on some shit that you don't know what has been put on it, because they're growing small batch tree and they're spraying terp spray on it. You feel what I'm saying? And it got pesticides, heavy metals, and all types of other shit on it. So by the time that you get it, it got all this bullshit on it and all this bullshit that was done to it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you fucking yourself up unless you getting it pure. You feel what I'm saying? Unless you know the grower direct, unless you cutting out the middleman. And that's like the problem, you feel what I'm saying, with the industry, because it's hard to get good tree. Yeah. And the real good tree, you really not going to pay for what it costs to get good tree. That's clean tree. You feel what I'm saying? Because this shit is going to cost too much. So unless you're doing it yourself, you feel what I'm saying, you really not going to get good tree. And it's the same thing like for the food. You feel what I'm saying? Unless you're a farmer and you go into these grocery stores, all of your food is already dead. All of your food has already been sprayed and shined and put chemicals on it to be long lasting, for it to have shelf life. Because if you know, tomatoes, once they're harvested, they pre-harvest them because they ripen on the way to their destination, because it takes weeks to get there. You feel what I'm saying? So by the time it gets there, it's been dead. And the only way to get the proper nutrients of anything in it, any farmer would tell you, is to eat it fresh off the vine. So a lot of us growing up in the inner city have never tasted or got the proper nutrients from a tomato or from a fucking grapefruit, from a cabbage, because we haven't eaten it as soon as we've plucked it off. It's been dead, and we're eating it when it's been sitting on the shelf. And it's the same thing with tree. A lot of us never smoke real tree. We only smoke 6 months old tree. We only smoke tree that's been dried and sitting on the shelf for 5 weeks. We only smoke tree that's been sprayed with pesticides and chemicals. We only smoke tree that got terps, but we don't know what real tree tastes like. The same way we don't know what real food tastes like, just because we're uneducated and we're being consumers instead of being the suppliers. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you, man. I 100% got you. That's just like I tell some people, when you go to the store and get ground beef and you go to a farm and get farmer's ground beef, it look totally different.
Yeah, it looks totally different. The equivalent is like, I say, you know, eating dehydrated bacon on your salad and then frying some bacon, chopping it up and putting it on your salad. You feel what I'm saying? And we've been living with dehydrated bacon. We don't even know what that fried, juicy bacon. We don't know what real bacon is. We don't know, like, all right, say for instance, you've been taught that weed is a drug, right?
Yeah.
But the drug properties is one property of the tree. The parts that gets us high is the THC. That's only one aspect of the tree.
Yeah.
You got CBN, you got CBR, CBD. You got THCA, you got CBD, you got 1,000 other compounds of the plant that does a million other things. So this, what you may have not known, what you may know, all of us have endocannabinoid systems. Most animals alive have endocannabinoid systems. What endocannabinoid systems do is it regulates your body. So it regulates your hormones, it regulates inflammation, it regulates hunger, it regulates thirst, it regulates homeostasis within your body. It's an endocannabinoid system. You have one in your brain, you have one in your gastrocannabinoid system, right? So your endocannabinoid system, you have a CB1 receptor, which is in your frontal cortex of your brain. Your CB1 receptor produces cannabinoids to stable out your immune system. Whether you're using drugs or not, you're producing cannabinoids. So when you use cannabis, those cannabinoids contact with your CB1 receptors and they communicate with one another. So your CB1 receptors are like shorts and they have a pocket. Like, and your pocket is like a keyhole. And unless that key fits in that pocket, it just bounces off. And the only thing that's going to fit on that CB1 receptor in your frontal cortex is cannabis, is a cannabinoid. So the only thing meant to fit in that frontal cortex CB is a cannabinoid. So unless you're using it, smoking it, eating it, it's never filled. So that's just one aspect of the plant when it comes to our immune system that you may not know. Your anatomy has opioid receptors. And when you talk about opioids, you talk about opium. You're talking about the opium plant. We know opium as cocaine. That's the synthesized version. Opium comes from the plant. You can get opium from the plant, but it's just in way less doses. Your body already came equipped with an opium receptor, meaning it was supposed to receive that to do something to it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's other things in our anatomy that they never teach us. You may have not known it's a tribe called the Pygmies tribe in Africa. Do you know that none of them live to see 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old unless their parents find what? Cannabis.
Damn.
Cannabis. Why? Because cannabis, they don't smoke it. The leaves, before it buds, they break up the leaves, make a stew and a tea out of the leaves, and they drink it. It's the only thing that gets a parasite out of their intestines. It's the only thing that cleans it out without killing them. Otherwise, the parasite is going to kill them by the time before they 13, 12. So by the time
I didn't know that. You say that's where again?
Looking for weed in the bush. The Pygmies tribe. We heard the pygmy. We heard the Pygmies and jokes about Pygmies, but the real Pygmies tribe in Africa is near the Congo. It's war over there right now. If they make it through the war and don't get killed, that's how they survive. They find weed plants to eat. So the weed is a part of our life. You feel what I'm saying? Whether you're eating it, whether you're using it for resources, you feel what I'm saying? They've been using this shit before for yarn, for thread, for soap, for all of that shit, for hemp. You feel what I'm saying? Before we was getting high, we ain't even talking about getting high with it. We ain't even talking about selling it for money. You feel what I'm saying? It was the industrial world was using it. It became outlawed when Rockefeller got mad because that was the highest competitor to the paper mill industry, was hemp, because it was a natural resource. So they outlawed hemp, and then they skyrocketed it with their paper. You feel what I'm saying? And all the other gas resources and all that other coal and all that other stuff. So it's way more reasons to them taking something from us. And it's the same thing with the food and the FDA and the plants and the crops that they're not allowing you to cultivate yourself. It's a reason America is the only country on the planet that all its trees are male. All its plants are male. Why? They don't want you picking your own fruit. Female plants, they produce fruit, and they don't want nobody picking their own fruit. They don't want homeless picking lemons. They don't want homeless picking bananas. They don't want homeless picking stuff. Why? Why is that, America?
They want to capitalize off everything.
Everything, every natural resource. They want to take it from you and sell it to you. You feel what I'm saying? So trees, that's just one big one. And that's one that we like. So what did they do? They took it, they stepped on it, they corrupted it, they put poison on it, and then sold it back to us. And thought we were stupid enough to, because we only want to buy it, we'll rather go get 100,000 and spend 50 on grass than get 25 and spend 25 and learn how to grow that shit ourselves and make 200. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, but they know that. So
yeah, man, that is wild, man. And you know what's so crazy? A lot of this shit is right in people's eyes, and a lot of people not even paying attention. You know, a lot of people that say they woke, like, but you know, you sort of like I had a show before say woke with amnesia. A lot of people saying they woke, but they still don't see a lot of the bullshit that's going on.
Yeah, bro. Like, if you can get into, I mean, it's a conspiracy. I mean, how do you think you can feel it? But America is run off the pharmaceutical industry. And the plan is one thing that cancels our pharmacy. If you don't know anything about motherfucking kids on the spectrum, ADHD and all that, one thing they don't produce is their own cannabinoids. which is why music, which produces natural fucking insulin levels and pleasure levels, the same thing that cannabis does. And cannabis is one thing that calms kids down who are on the spectrum, who have autism. Why? Because they're not producing their own cannabinoids. That's why weed helps. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not just tree, it's a lot of natural things that help, that would shut down the country and the pharmaceutical company, because these things are naturally derived and they can't, make money off of it. And that's not what they want. So they will rather give you something to make you sick, to make you keep coming to them like a drug addict. You feel what I'm saying? So they keep lying to you about what these things are doing to you, man, and how they're affecting you. And the fact that a lot of this stuff can be healed, a lot of this stuff can be cured, a lot of this stuff doesn't have to happen. It's crazy the amount of misinformation we get and we'll believe and run with, because we don't do no research on our own. And that, you don't have to be religious or spiritual just to know if your enemy is fooling you, then they don't even have to put hands on you. They won already. So
I mean, I tell a lot of people, I say it all the time, a lot of people have to snap back into reality, even when it comes to the 9-to-5ers. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't wonder why they're so miserable. Your job can be the part of your downfall. Your job can be your biggest stressor also. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't resort to natural resources. They don't resort to their natural resource of God gift, what they gave them to utilize to make money. They rather go punch a clock for somebody and be miserable.
Right. He put the chair in your mind. It's just a tree right there, and the chair is in your mind. You just gotta figure out how to cut that motherfucker down, chop it up to make a chair out of it. Like it's a compound. It's a terpene called myrcene, right? Myrcene has the chemical composition to break the blood-brain barrier, right? Myrcene is in mangoes. So people who like mangoes and eat mangoes, that terpene breaks the blood-brain barrier, and it makes you addicted in your mind to mangoes. It's not just the taste, right? You know something? Myrcene is also heavy in most strains of
what's that?
Cannabis. So in the 1900s, in the cowboy days, the reason most of the elixirs, potions, all the healing stuff had cannabis oil or cannabis extract or something cannabis derives in it was because of myrcene. Because the cannabis would break the blood-brain barrier, that myrcene would, and whatever medicine that they would have mixed in it would institute its healing properties. So, and myrcene is just one terpene of hundreds upon hundreds that's on cannabis. And then you can say something where it's called the entourage effect, meaning if you think of painting and colors, you got black, blue, red, all the rainbow colors that's gonna make white, or blue, black, that's gonna make orange. So you got different terpenes that make different effects, and the different combinations do different things. You feel what I'm saying? And the same way the DNA of a plant is structured to do different things, our DNA is structured to receive them differently, which is why it's not, I can't say one plant will do one thing for everybody, because my endocannabinoid system is different from your endocannabinoid system. So yours would affect mine differently than yours. Yeah. So one thing in reference to this is plant, and this is, you can look it up, you can Google it right now if you're listening or whatever. Farmers know it, but it'll be in black and white. It's a science that if you put a seed in your mouth and you in agriculture and your saliva gets on that seed and you plant that seed and put it in the dirt, that seed is going to grow high in what you are deficient in. Meaning your immune system, if you're deficient in vitamin D and you get an aloe vera plant, put it in your mouth, and you plant that seed, it'll grow high, rich in vitamin D. because that's what you're
Yeah.
deficient. That's how connected you are to the agriculture and to what you're growing. So the same way that the terpenes do different things in their composition, and we receive them differently because our endocannabinoid systems are different. There are different combinations of terpenes and plants that are just for us, meaning it's a strain just for you that's going to do one thing for you that can't no other one do. And I'm not just talking about the high part. I'm talking about the balancing part. I'm talking about the muscle part. I'm talking about the hunger part. I'm talking about the digestive part, because it does all of those things.
Yeah, man. I tell people it's deep, man. That's just like something that I found out my wife instructed me and informed me on, that, about gardening, like, all the nutrients your body need. If you planted something, like say if you put the seed in your mouth, then plant it, whatever the fruit grow, it'll grow every nutrient that you need in your body that you deficient of.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. And I mean, and it's like you participating with life, and it's almost like you've allowed an outside force to take a part of your life from you because you choose not to participate. And if you don't catch that, that's like, okay, by going out back and getting a patch of ground and growing something, I'm gonna say you participate in life. This is how, right? Photosynthesis does one thing. It takes energy from the sun and transforms it into energy that makes a plant grow. But that energy isn't just energy. It's real energy. Meaning you can take a car battery, one of the things you use for your car, and a meter to test the energy in it, put it in the dirt, and that same meter is going to go off because that same energy is current is flowing through the dirt. It's flowing through the earth. This is why people talk about grounding and taking their shoes off and walking barefoot on the earth, because it's real energy. But that energy that's in the dirt is converted out the air from photosynthesis. That's the same fucking energy that monks try to get when they doing the chi shit out of the air. Bruce Lee, that's the fucking life energy that plant transfers into the dirt that we walk on, we ground on a. That's the same fucking energy that you eat when you eat food that gives you shit to get up in the morning and go out every day. That you are participating in the fucking cycle of life when you do that. And by not doing it, you may never know. That's about somebody saying by not knowing the Lord, by not knowing God, you may never know how beautiful it is, because you just don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. I can't tell you. But that's freedom in being self-sufficient with anything. That's like it's freedom in having your own brand. Fuck Louis Vuitton. Make your own shit. You more important than them. Louis ain't go through what you went through. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, a lot of people, that's just like, okay, for example, now, like going about what you're saying, I don't know if you've seen this on social media or it's just been going around, but a lot of people have been questioning, like, okay, about airplanes, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, they say they put 60,000 pounds of this fuel on there, and people say, wait a minute, how can they fit all this? Then they show the example of these big old tanks. This is what 60,000 pounds of fuel look like. So you think they putting all this in a plane? You know what I'm saying? They're trying to, they're telling people how these fans, connect with the earth and get energy to keep shit going,
Right. But they ain't gonna tell you what's really important to them, though. Even though it's right in our face. Yeah, bro, man. So like, and the more of us, the more of us just like, we just value one another, man, and our resources and the shit that we already got, man. It's gonna make us, it's gonna make everything better, but we not gonna value what we don't know. You feel what I'm saying? How we gonna know if we don't reach one to teach one? And it's like enough of us not listening for the ones who know to stop teaching. And that's been the problem. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, damn, ain't nobody listening no more, so fuck it.
Yeah, they not, man. Well, hey, what's up, Don? What's the word, man?
Hey, same no change, my brother. What's going on?
Not much chilling, man.
Brother Don.
Right.
Hey man, what do y'all think about them bodies that's been popping up in the Houston bayous, man? I think they on like body number 6 now. I don't know if y'all seen that.
I thought it was Texas.
Yeah, down. It's in the
the
bayous down there in I take it like popping up in little creeks and bayous, missing bodies. I think last week it was a young college student who was missing, black girl. I don't know who this was, but this sort of giving me
I don't think it's nothing new.
It's like some Grim Sleeper shit. I don't know if y'all remember him.
I don't think it's nothing new. I just think they happen to be searching in the right place at the right time. But I think it's way more down there. They just found a spot. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, one thing for sure, you know, is real funny how throughout history, literally thousands of black girls come up missing. You know, during the 90s, early 2000s, and then you remember they was finding them, excavating their bodies and finding their reproductive organs missing.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, obviously it's something diabolical, and I'm quite sure Mr. Charlie has something to do with it. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
What you think about that, son of man? What Brother Don had to say?
No, I agree. You know, I completely agree with him. I'm not trying to be like disheartened about it, but that's what's been happening, and you just don't hear about it. Us disappearing. You feel what I'm saying? It was just I just saw something about it said alleged abduction from this black girl that had took a trip to Africa. They got drugged, fought away off, and then you know what I mean. But it still said alleged, like it didn't really happen. And had it happened, you just wouldn't have heard from her no more. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff that happens that you just never hear about. And had they not found it or the right person didn't see it, you probably wouldn't have heard about them that got found.
True that.
And that's the shame. You just don't hear about it because they really don't care. It's probably way more in there. You know, Chicago, I think a month ago they said they found over 50 cars in the river. You feel what I'm saying? It was over a period of time they just found a spot where people was dumping cars. You feel what I'm saying? Like they just found a spot, and that's what I feel like. They just found the river that they can't hide no more. They found a dumping ground.
Real talk. That's a fact. Things like that's been happening to our people, and it's really not, you know, advertised like it is, say, Mrs. Charlie. You know, one of them come missing. It's big news. It's all over the place. You know, ours don't become news until literally a lot of us are missing. A lot of our women are missing.
Right.
And they know the foundation of us are the black women. Because, I mean, face it, you have no me, we have no you if we don't have them. They're the one that's the reproductive machines for us. We can't produce.
Yeah, you're right, man. Like I say, some people may not remember the Grim Sleeper back in the days. I mean, I know you remember him, Don. The Grim Sleeper was a guy who started off in the late 80s and went all the way into the 2000s, where he was unaliving young women who were young black women, some that were drug addicts on the streets of LA. You know what I'm saying? He went on with this for years, and like it seemed like some people say the police didn't care because it was young black women who was turning up missing, and some of the women who were streetwalkers, and they said it was alleged rumor that some cops would even say that he was doing them a favor.
That's crazy.
I can believe that.
This is a true story. Y'all can go to YouTube, go watch the Grim Sleeper documentary. You know what I'm saying? The guy stayed in the neighborhood we all familiar with in South LA, not too far from the Manchester and Western area. You know what I'm saying? I think it was like 2010, 2011 or something like when he got caught. But this went on since like the late 80s. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people in other places don't know about this, but this was crazy. This guy was, it was crazy. You know, it went on for over 20 years. He had a period allegedly where he went quiet and he started back up. I'm telling you, watch that documentary, it'll shock you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as I was saying though, like that thing, man, like prayers to the families of prayers for the families of the people who came up unalived in Houston, found. Just prayers to anybody who came up missing, you know, that's looking for answers to what happened. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of deaths going on. Like I said, rest in peace to my cousin Chris. He passed away a couple days ago. Like I say, you don't have to be sick to pass away. You know what I'm saying? Things can happen.
Yeah.
You know, make sure stuff is in order. You know what I mean? Make sure your life is in order. You know what I'm saying? You don't, man. Hey, just get your shit together. Like I say, man, you never know where you're gonna go, but you know what I'm saying. And until then, I tell everybody to be healthy. Though some people figure, oh man, you know, they rather be unhealthy and just, oh, I'm gonna die anyway. Yeah, we all gonna die, but who wants to live unhealthy until they kick the bucket? What y'all think about that?
Man, health is wealth, man. Health is wealth. You gotta take care of your temple before you can take care of anything else. You know, if you're not loving
Real
yourself,
talk.
love nobody. So
That's real
You're
talk.
right.
That's real talk.
I think
Limit
we
the
mentioned this on
alcohol. Limit the alcohol. Limit the smoking, and you know, try not to eat a lot of fried shit. You know, eat relatively healthy. You know, you ain't got to knock
Hey
off
Don.
everything, and you can eat it every periodically. But you know, try to put a little green in your life.
mm-hmm.
You know how it is. You know how brothers is. You know how sisters is. First thing they want to do is pick up some fried chicken.
Yeah, just like probably what you eating over there right now.
Nah. It ain't that type of party, my brother. It ain't that type of.
It's the reason there ain't
Yeah,
no
man.
whole foods in the hood.
Yeah, man. Hey, real quick, man. Let me. We're gonna take a little clip real quick, but let me get this out the way. No copyright infringement intended. This video is for educational purposes only. The audio belongs to its rightful owners.
For sure.
Some of you married men, man, don't get caught up in these positions. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Hey, just check it out. That place that do happy ending shut down. Look at him, they mad. He like, oh man, I told him, oh man. Look at this guy. He like, what am I gonna do now? I did that ad. Hey Terry, those guys look upset.
These are lawbreakers.
Stop! Hey man, don't get caught up at that massage parlor. We used to work with a few people that got caught up in those, you know what I'm saying? And for those people who may be in Texas area where they have a lot of those dirty clubs, y'all might need a lawyer. Y'all get in contact with this guy.
You're in traffic. You're in traffic. You're at a red light. You get an unexpected ass kicking. Road rage at its best. You need legal advice and action. Call us now, Stringfellow Taylor and Associates, 888-777-LEGAL.
That's funny.
Yeah, man. Real talk, man. Just showing y'all some stuff that went on, man. We just over here chilling. The Saturday pop up with Son of Man coming in from the East Coast area. You know what I'm saying? My boy Don out here. You know what I'm saying? We just got some shit that's just popping up. You know, pop up Saturday. I'm usually live on Monday night. You know, but you know, just bringing some news you can use. But real talk, man. Football tomorrow. Can the Texans get a win?
I don't even know who they play. Who they play? She must have froze. This shit froze.
Uh-oh, look at my boy Don.
There you go. Yeah, it froze for a second. Can you hear me?
You know what, man? I'm gonna go ahead and play this for my boy Son of Man. Y'all check this out, man.
Coming out the mud, my shoes clean, no rat shit. See, I'm all about the love. With the pussy nigga, I smack a bitch and I got away with them drugs. But I slow down, cause they tax shit and I gotta raise my son. None city niggas be cap shit. Got angels that reach out and touch you. Step on the block and we out like a couple. Fighting for life and there's blood on my knuckle. See me see trouble. Only way thinking I'm keeping it humble. People are loud and I'm keeping the muscle. Know you've been hurt, but I know that I love you. Surviving the trenches, they evil to judge you. Live in the world, it's illegal to hug you. It's people like me, I was people above you. Slave to the money, a slave to the hustle. Pull out the pistol, but I wanna tussle. 50 niggas like pop on my stomach. Niggas telling and I swear I'm Obama. First black nigga, swear I'm Obama. Mixing work, I think I'm DJ Drama. Did all of that time bitten with my mama. I came out the trenches, didn't need a sponsor. Life a lie, got to be more honest. They true to the streets, I swear that's a bonus. We go dropping and that be the notice. DA mad and I swear it's a motive. I'ma get back if I ask you to hold it. Niggas get pimped out, they don't even know it. And they don't even know it. Coming out the mud, my shoes clean, no rat shit. See, I'm all about the love. But if you pussy nigga, I smack a bitch and I got away with them drugs. But I slow down cause they tax shit and I gotta raise my son. None city niggas be cap shit. Hard surviving with odds against you. Muffle the cries of my little sister. Traumatized, no motion picture. All of my eyes decided Avengers. Looking at minds, they killing the senses. Who did the job? Who really pimped us? Who won the money and who really tempted us? Savior is coming, he not gonna forget us. Talking about God, only time I'm a witness. Stay with the pole cause my diamonds are hitting. Started my bit with my mama in prison. Praying to God for a better decision. Am I too evil for him just to listen? Shot at 2 people and they're still missing. Girl got a girl when they still kissing. They still kissing. Coming out the mud, my shoes clean, no rat shit. See, I'm all about the love. With the pussy nigga, I smack a bitch and I got away with them drugs. But I slow down cause they tax shit and I gotta raise my son. None city niggas be cap shit.
Really do this shit. No movie. Real life. No take 2. Yo.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Why don't you go tell people where they can find you at? You know, maybe somebody want to get on the track or something with you.
Man, I'm on all platforms. Son of Man, like your grandmother used to call Jesus. SONOFMAN. Son of Man. On IG, it's Son of Man _640. That's Son of Man _640. Otherwise, on everything else, last album, The Son of Man, Say Cool. That's SEKOU. That's my first name. Son of Man, Say Cool. Otherwise, fuck with me, man. YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Napster. I'm on it, man. Check the kid. You know how the algorithm do, though. They'll rather give you something else for it, give you me, but you just gotta go search. Little search engine.
That's what's up, man. Like I tell people, y'all check them out.
You got IG, Son of Man _640.
Y'all check him out. Go follow him. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's about support everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like hell, it costs nothing for you to hit the share button. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, just share the shit. And it's so crazy. Some of y'all spend money on crazy shit nowadays. It's like 99 cents on your phone to buy a single from somebody. You can easily do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how we get ahead, support. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Other than that, though, man, like I say, summer is over. We're going in the fall season. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think is coming ahead in this fall with the new presidential legislation and all the shit that's finna drop?
I mean, redistricting. That you talking about, E?
Wait, say that again.
So you talking about redistricting?
Redistricting is coming along. I mean, I know here in California, I know Texas did something. California is trying to do that. For people who don't know, in California, Mayor, not mayor, but former Mayor Villaraigosa is running for governor of California.
Okay.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's not going to make it. I'm pretty certain of that. The thing is, I mean, when you're going for governor, you need a majority of everybody's vote. It's not just, pockets in certain cities. You need literally everybody's vote. And in California, even though it's a lot of Hispanics, it's just not going to be enough.
Well, hey, did you guys see about the Iowa superintendent, the school district in Iowa? I think they said the biggest school district in Iowa, the superintendent. They said ICE agents came in and arrested him because he overstayed his visa, which is expired in 2020. Now, this is the question I want to ask specifically for people in California. LAUSD has set in measures to not let ICE into schools. Say we don't want them to detain students. Do you think it's to protect people who overstayed their visas, who may be teachers?
Not to detain students. I don't know, but they already been in the schools anyway. So it don't matter. They detaining everybody. Here they detaining everybody.
What you think about that, Don?
You know what? It is what it is. If they broken the law, then but to my understanding, they can't go inside any type of institution, or although that's not private, it's I don't know the laws on that. I mean, because I heard they can't come in unless you let them in.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying my thing is, okay, there's a lot of measurements put in place to keep these agents out. They put them through the ringer where some of them just say forget it. But I'm just saying with this superintendent of the biggest district in Iowa, allegedly, from what I read, if he was arrested because he overstayed his visa, just saying, and this was a black guy, so it ain't nothing racial. It was a black guy. So. Just saying, how many other districts does this shed a light on? A lot of other districts, like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? How many people do we have here who are educated?
Yeah, man, that's probably a whole lot, man. Half the country, a whole lot.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So this is I think this has raised a red flag, just like that guy in Jacksonville, Harjinder Singh, the Middle Eastern guy who had the fraudulent CDL, who caused the 3 people to be unalive from that legal U-turn. He shed a light on the trucking industry where now they got strict, and a lot of people who shouldn't have been out there aren't anymore. So I say that to say this: maybe we might get some people who should be educating our children that should be doing it.
Oh, that's a whole nother ball game. You don't see all these people getting charged, all these teachers getting charged with child pornography charges and all this, and they ain't getting locked up. They just getting fired.
They're getting fired and going to work somewhere else in another district.
That's it, to another district. It's one teacher that left and went to another district. Like it's madness. But let them find somebody that look, similar to us and for possession in the school zone. Man, he won't come back for the next 4-5 years. Like, I
think that's going on in a lot of other professions also, like the officer that unalived that young lady who was in her kitchen who had the pot of water. I don't know if y'all remember that story. They say he had been to 3 different police departments and within a year. So he hadn't even passed probation in like 2 of them.
Yeah. He getting, and that means he getting interviews, and they just not messing with him. But that just means that's a norm. That's all. It just shows a pattern. That's a norm. It's a no thing. Just go to the next district over and get hired. No sweat.
Man, if they wanted to really crack down on a lot of things, it'll be a lot of places. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a lot of places that is that's out of jobs. We got a comment, Mr. Christian. I can't read the last name. Oliva said, Mr. Johnson is a sick man. I agree. He said, Mr. Johnson is a boinker. All right, talking about Don. Also, Mr. Orlando said, yep, and Mr. Johnson is going to hell for saying he's being appointed to be the next pope.
That's what he
You
said.
got anything to say to these guys, Don? I think Don on froze over there. Or maybe that chicken grease got to his fingers.
Well, you always gonna have people out there that see people who are very religious, and they're anti-religious people, and they belong to Diablo, Lucifer, and they want to bring down a good guy.
Is that true? I think Mr. Orlando says he heartbroken right now.
He's heartbroken because he's in a present relationship with a lady named Ramona.
Oh,
And what she did with her thumbs through his anus cavity.
what?
Well, let's just say I'm pretty sure he's sore. She has
No more money for you.
she has abnormally large thumbs,
Right.
and I'm sure she penetrated him with them. I mean, 'cause think about it. She uses her thumbs when she grabs um Corona bottles, and she plucked the cap off with her thumbs. She don't use opener. She just uses her thumbs, abnormally large, and I'm pretty sure she brutalized him with her thumbs. Orlando is one sick human being. He's got a beautiful wife, but yet he lets this troll does wonders to his anus with those thumbs. Her thumbs are
Wait.
literally 2 by
That's
2.
not true. Is that true?
No, her thumbs are 2.5 inches wide, and she insert those inside his anal cavity. And from what I heard, what she told me is when she does that, he wiggles with his buttocks.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what's that man's problem. Hey, but he had a comment for you. He said, let's talk about racism. Ramona was racist once to Don, and he didn't speak up. Let's ask him why. So you mean to tell me she called you the N-word in your face and you didn't say nothing?
She actually didn't call it to me in my face, but some other people told me she had said something about black people. That is true. She did say that she didn't like black people. That's true. And her reasoning was because she said all black people are homeless.
Are homeless?
Or she said a lot of she said all the homeless in LA were black, which is untrue. Granted, majority of them are black, but not all of them aren't black. But why is Orlando? Why is he trying to? Why is he trying to detour the conversation because of what happened to him by her? She took advantage of him, with her thumbs. He was boinking her when she inserted her thumbs inside of him. He confessed to me, and he said it hurt. He told me that it hurt.
And you as a clergyman, is that guy supposed to be spreading people's confessions like that? What kind of shit is that? But hey, teach his own. It's some strange stuff going on in the world. That's why I tell people, you know what I'm saying? Just because you see it and a lot of people doing it, don't mean you have to feed into it.
Right.
It's more easier to do the right thing the first time than try to mess somebody over. You know what I'm saying? It takes energy and strength to F somebody over. Do the right thing the first time. You know, save yourself some energy. You might get rewarded. But like I say, man, we this was a good pop-up show tonight, man. Let's see, we got Don back, man. I appreciate the people listening, man. My brother, son of man. Like I said, we ain't finna get off right now. We got about 10 minutes left. But on some real stuff in today's world, 2025, man, going on. What's something you think that, like right now, if somebody, President Trump came to you and said, look, son of man, one thing from you that I can implement today that will make an instant change in every black community in America, what would it be? What would you tell him?
That went free healthcare, free health insurance, like not no fake Obama shit, though. Not no free dentistry, like free housing type shit. That's the
I
only
agree.
way that that's the only way that we're gonna have a chance to catch up is if we start. Cause starting even is starting behind for us. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's just like the debate, the basic things we spend and catch up trying to get. We don't have a father who had health insurance, so when we get hurt, we don't have to pay out of pocket. We can just have it done. We don't have a school to go to, so we know that it's gonna be Ivy League, and that's where they went, so that's where we going type shit. We don't have a profession, a family profession to fall back on when our plans didn't succeed. You feel what I'm saying? It's like every man out for himself out here. So we already starting from behind. But he know what it is. That's why he make laws that are geared to keep us out and constructed to keep us down, constructed to give us a piece, but not own shit.
Yeah, you're right, man. Hey, Don, man, real talk. Let me ask you this question. They came to you right now. I'm gonna come to you from an eating aspect. You know what I'm saying? For the people nowadays, that's like between the ages of 60 and 80. I think people are getting healthier nowadays. What's a word of advice you would give people who's a little older who trying to get into health and give them a reason why they should get into health?
Well, I mean, it's medically proven that eating right is going to make you healthier. Getting away from processed food with sugar, additives that decay the inside of your body, shortens up your life rapidly. So just think about back in the days, people easily lived to their 90s, some in their hundreds, early 80s, mid 80s. Now people are dying in their 50s and 60s. You contribute that to eating. I mean, granted, you should exercise too, but eating has more eating has more effect on you than really exercise, to be truthful. But you eating a lot of preservatives. And they'll even say, just like they do with the medication they give you, that it has side effects. Back off in the 60s, 70s, and early 80s, they didn't have side effects like they have now. The FDA has been lenient on letting drugs pass the CDC and letting them get away with not true to investing scientists in it to the extent where they monitor this stuff to where it didn't have side effects. Back in the days, you didn't hear about this drug is going to cause this drug is going to cause that. This side effect will be enlarged prostate, uh, bad liver, this, that. Now it's all about dollars. Dollars is it. This is a capitalist society, and capitalism, democracy is about money. It's about money. Unlike a lot of other societies, other countries, the people come first, like it used to be here. But now the people don't come first. The dollar, the mighty dollar,
Would you
come
say
first.
money and sex here?
Well, yeah, pretty much. I mean, a lot of countries, there's porn is illegal. So yeah, a lot of sex here. And I go back to Orlando and Ramona. That kind of sex men never did back in the days. They wouldn't let a woman stick her abnormally large thumbs up their rectum, or from that, men didn't let men stick large penises in them back in the day. You had very few, but now it's plentiful. Just like, well, guys like Orlando and large thumbs. But get back to the point I was speaking on. Back to the point I was speaking on. We didn't have all these problems with drugs back in the days that were supposed to heal us. We didn't have all these side effects. But the mighty dollar that took over our society, being a democracy, capitalism, and that's what happened. And you think about it, the 1% of the population now own 63% of the country's wealth. Go figure. People don't own the wealth no more. The
That's
one
crazy.
percenters
Hey,
do.
Mr. Charles had a comment to say to Orlando. He said that Orlando guy seems like he likes a little Greek love.
That is true. That is true. Well, I don't know about that. She's a woman. She's a woman. She's an ugly woman, but she's a woman. And well, some guys just can't help themselves. They like a little tickling in places they shouldn't be tickled. But like I said, it's a shame that the wealth has been changed from the people to the one percenters. That's a damn shame. And that's not even counting the billionaires.
So some people need to
That's it.
snap back into reality.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The people need to, you know, as a whole, the people need to. When the people demand, things get done. But the people really got to demand it. You got more homeless people now than it's ever have been in the U.S., and that's including the Great Depression.
Who do you blame for that? Do you blame Mayor Karen Bass here in L.A.?
I do. No, I don't. She's not the cause of that. This has been happening for years. It was inevitable. It's been inevitable. And it wasn't the last president or the president before him or the president before him. Now, Trump is helping them out exponentially, no doubt about it. I mean, his last two presidencies, he took the money from the poor and gave it to the rich. So he's opposite of Robin Hood. And it's going to continue. It's going to continue. I mean, you had reasonable Republicans back in the day. You don't have
What, not
reasonable
now?
Republicans. No, hell no. You don't have reasonable. They voted to exchange the wealth to the rich. What you mean, not now? They voted for that. They voted to get rid of Obamacare. They voted for the people's Medicare, old people Medicare, and their health benefits. They voted for that stuff. You know,
Mr. Christian in the comments, he said Mr. Johnson is a boinker. What do you got to say about Mr. Christian?
Mr. Kristen Oliva boinked a girl that was under his tutelage. So how can you believe a person who's supposed to be a protector of a young lady under his tutelage and he boinked her? I think that's a disgrace.
Yeah, that is kind of sick. Hey, son of man, on a health tip for these guys here in California, it's a lot of guys that go around randomly just sleeping with women unprotectedly. What do you got to say about that?
Even more than what you don't. I believe in spiritual ties, man, soul ties. Like you building up energy.
Elaborate on that.
I mean, you taking energy with you. You know what I mean? Energy is people. Like if you ever grew up with somebody and they got fighting energy, you always get in a fight when you with them. Y'all always fighting this because the dude that you with, man, he got that kind of energy with him. And women is the same way. We all carry a certain aura, certain energy around us. And if you got a chick and got a whole bunch of toxic bullshit other nigga energy, slut ass energy with her, and you attach yourself to her, man, that's gonna stress your ass out and you ain't gonna know why. And you stressed out and you ain't gonna know why. Every time you around her, you feel tired. She's a succubus and she's just sucking all your good energy. Like, and that's just not one woman or just one woman. That's people, you know, you got people like that. But if you going through multiple women, is the likelihood of you running into that is, you know, of course it rises.
I like to mention another thing. And you know what? Orlando got a point. Think about this. You got people that's unqualified for the CDC, like Robert F. Kennedy. And this guy is absolutely destroying people. He done already killed, 2, 3 kids by outlawing the measles vaccination. And vaccinations that all of us got as kids and people before us since the 50s, bubonic plague, everything. And now it's all of a sudden bad and kids shouldn't get it. Do you think he's purposely trying to kill kids? That's my question
Who?
to you guys.
Who you talking about?
Robert F. Kennedy.
No, I don't think he purposely is. I mean, hey, maybe that's his opinion, you know. I mean, but hey,
Now,
he's in a position where his opinion.
Do you know some of the vaccinations he's talking about?
The measles vaccination.
Like measles and shit like that. Yeah. I mean, hell, we've been measles vaccinations for years.
One of the vaccinations they give to children is herpes B. It's hepatitis B. It's no reason they give a baby hepatitis B. Hepatitis B is only transmitted through sexual disease. There's no reason to expose an infant child in this world to hepatitis. It's zero reason to do that. This is what we're doing. That's what he's talking about. You feel what I'm saying? There's shit that this country does that they're getting your child addicted to shit that it's gonna need when it doesn't need it. You feel what I'm saying? That's one of the things that he's talking about.
Yeah, that's one vaccination.
That's one of the many, bro. That's one specific of the many. There are over like 22 that
are y'all surprised? Are y'all surprised at America?
But do you know before the vaccinations when they had the measles, the chicken pox, what's the other ones? They had so many vaccinations, particularly back off in the 30s, that was killing literally 500 to 200,000 people a year.
But it's not the 30s no more, bro. It's not the 30s no more, bro.
So you saying those diseases doesn't exist anymore?
I bet you I can have a child.
They can't come back?
Listen. I bet you I can have a child. My own son, my son, give him zero vaccinations, give him black root, ginger, sea moss, lion's mane, and the shit that my ancestors been living off for these past generations, and I bet he be good. That's what I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying? The stuff that they put in your mind and told you that you need to survive and be healthy, those in of itself are intrinsic lies because they want you to be dependent on something that they possess. So some of the things, yes, but the majority of these things that they're telling you to be afraid of, bruh, you don't need them, bruh. You don't need a flu vaccine. No, you don't. You don't have to inject my child with a flu vaccine before you don't have to do that. My child's immune system has been built up that he's not going to catch the flu if he's exposed to it because I know what I feed him every day. So no, you're not going to, and I'm not going to take a flu vaccine either. I'm not going to, I haven't taken a COVID vaccine either. If you've looked in the statistics of those who took COVID vaccines, there's been more who died after receiving the vaccine than those who were hospitalized after realizing that they had the virus. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that these people will tell you that you just can't take for face value because they have monetary interest in you needing what they have, bro. So,
we got a question for you, son of man. We got a question for you, Mr. Charles. I'm assuming it's for you because you were speaking. He said, "Where is it accessible for everyone? This healthy stuff." I'm assuming he meant people. People always talk about it, but are you living 100% no smoke or no drink? What do you mean by that, Charles?
So what are you talking about in reference to be healthy? You feel what I'm saying? Because think about this. This country told you prior 10, 15 years ago that the food pyramid was health. They told you a balanced meal was bread, was eggs, was milk, was orange juice. This is what they told you. But that's a lie. Why is it a lie? Because orange juice is like what? It's too acidic. So if you want an orange, you need to eat an orange. That's what this country does. It synthesizes natural elements and makes them toxic. Right? With everything that they do, even drugs, right? Even opium. Opium, they make cocaine out of opioids, but a small dose of opium, that plant is like coffee. It's a small stimulant, but they take it, synthesize it, cook it up, and make cocaine out of it. They do the same thing with all the other drugs and pharmaceuticals. They take them from natural elements and make something that's chemical, and then we get addicted to it because we use it in heavy doses. Our bodies are not meant to use these things in heavy doses. That's why we're supposed to use natural things for natural remedies for our immune systems.
You're right. I think Mr. Charles commented, I will say this. I agree with you. I've always said, just pay attention. Look at how some black people who went on heavy drugs and then got clean. The effects of that still last for them a long time. You could tell these persons used to do drugs, but a lot of people of other races who do it, after 10 years, they go back to looking normal. I say that to say this because that shit is not meant to go in your body.
No one drinking is completely different from weed. Now, when you're talking about weed, most of the weed people are smoking has been sprayed with chemicals. It's sprayed with pesticides, the same thing that your food has been sprayed with. Because anything that you grow, when you grow it, it needs to be taken care of. In order to take care of a crop, you either have to put hands on it to make sure bugs aren't on it, which takes people, manpower, or you spray it with chemicals. Now, these chemicals aren't harmful to food and vegetables because they're not lighting them. When you light something, you change the chemical composition of something when you heat it above 250 degrees. When it goes to 300 degrees, 360 degrees, the cells and anatomy changes it into something different. Non-toxic chemicals become toxic at different temperatures. That's why THCA is a legal substance. When you heat up THCA, it becomes THC at a different temperature. So some of these chemical that they spray, pesticides that are legal, that they use on food and vegetables, that they use on tree, become toxic because you like them. So it's a matter of knowing what you're ingesting. Now, if you're using something that hasn't been sprayed, that hasn't had chemicals done, which you will only know if you know the grower or know the farm or know your source directly, then you're escaping these things. The same way, if you know that a product hasn't come from a dirty source meat, like you got pigs in a pig pen and sewage rolling in sewage, and you're eating those hog maws in a pig that grew up in sewage, and you know, oh, I would rather eat one that didn't grow up in sewage. It's the same way as someone ingesting something else. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to know your sources. And the sad thing about us, because we're in the city, because we're uneducated, because we don't have the money, our sources are fucked up. So we're sourcing from dirty, chemically imbalanced sources. So even when we try to eat good, there are no good places to eat because all of our sources are fucked up and we don't know how to clean sources. You feel what I'm saying? And that's really a problem. So the fact that he's trying to eat healthy, yeah, let him eat healthy. Don't focus on the bad parts of where he doesn't eat healthy. Promote his good of his health and his diet. You feel what I'm saying? That's just like if you working out. I'm not going to focus on the fact that, you work out, but you still drink. Oh, so don't work out. Why? Because I drank too? No. If you're going to work out, work out. I'd rather you work out and drink than drink and not work out. You feel what I'm saying? So it's different. But as far
what do you
as
mean alcohol is different? What do you mean alcohol is different?
Alcohol is different from marijuana in a certain way because weed is natural. Weed, the flower, you haven't done anything to it. It's not synthetic. To make alcohol, you have to get yeast, and then you add yeast and sugar and you boil it up, and the yeast ferments the fruit to make it acidic. Before you can drink and ingest alcohol, it becomes acidic, and you add the sugar and you add these flavors, and the yeast cooks it down, and you burp it, et cetera, et cetera. You know, I used to make hooch wine and all of that. So you have to, like I said, temperature changes the chemical composition of a product. So if you think about,
you really don't have to heat up alcohol when you put in a lot of different
to make
fruits
alcohol,
and
to
things
make
like
it,
that. And
no,
you can just let it sit. You can let it sit, and it'll turn in alcohol itself without heating it up.
brother.
I know this because I know some of my people that make it, and they don't use alcohol. They don't use heat.
Brother,
yeah, go ahead.
You're not using heat. The fact that it cooks, when you say cooks, in order for wine to turn into alcohol, it's something called cooking. So it's when the chemicals change and it becomes non-alcoholic to alcoholic. So the time that you wait for it to happen, things are happening in the cells in the juice. So the grapes or the fruit becomes rotten. So you know how you make soil? Soil cooks over time, mulch cooks over time because bacteria grows. So if you throw a whole bunch of fruit in the dirt and you over a year and you look at that, it literally cooks and becomes hot because of the bacteria and the living organisms that grow in the soil. It's what they call cooking. So the same thing happens when fruit is aged and it gets old. It's called cooking. That's the change from it being non-alcoholic to alcoholic. So anybody that distills or has a distillery, I'm not talking about physically boiling something to cook it. That's how you change it to make it get you drunk. Unless it cooks, it's not going to get you drunk. It's not going to change from regular fruit into alcohol. That's why you use yeast. The yeast grows. You put yeast into fruit to make it. Potatoes. That's why potatoes can make wine into alcohol, because potatoes have yeast in it. Rice has yeast in it, and it grows and it transforms the non-alcoholic fruit into alcoholic. It's a term, brother. It's not going to be alcoholic unless it cooks.
What, fermenting?
Yes, that's cooking. That's the process of cooking, brother.
Yeah.
So unless you do that, So that's why weed is different. And that's why some of the drugs that you take, right, they have to extract natural compounds from these plants, synthesize them, cook them at high chemical temperatures to make pills and drugs for them to give to you at high doses that aren't meant for your system. That's why if you take too much, you'll. But if you do like you're supposed to do, and you take the mushroom and you take it off, and you, or the leaf, and you, or the tree, and you, it's not going to do to you what that synthesized product is. Yet it may take longer. Yes, you may have to do it more and more frequently. Yes, because it's more natural. And that's how more natural elements take, because that's the way it's supposed to happen. But they don't want to teach you that. They would rather synthesize something and sell you it. It's the way the country works.
Okay, I can understand that. But there's no way nobody on this planet can tell me inhaling smoke is good for you.
No,
Hey,
smoking
Mr.
isn't.
Johnson.
No, smoking isn't.
Orlando
because
said Mr. Johnson
smoke
needs
is
to lay
good
off
for
No,
lungs.
Modelo.
no kind of smoke.
Yeah, no
No
kind of
kind.
smoke is good for you, for your lungs. Your lungs aren't meant
Yeah,
for smoke.
exactly. I concur.
Yeah, your lungs
I've
ain't
always
meant
said
for
this.
smoke.
I'd rather work around a weed head than a drunk.
I would too. I'll admit that
Your
too.
your your endocannabinoid system is meant for cannabis, though. You have a CB1 receptor in your frontal cortex that only cannabis can receive. That means it's a cell in your frontal cortex with a keyhole like a pocket that only cannabinoid can fit into. So unless you ingest cannabis in any way, whether oil, whether smoking, whether any way, nothing will enter into that CB1 receptor. And you know what that CB1 receptor does? It produces cannabinoids to create homeostasis in your immune system, in your mind, in your thoughts, in your inflammation, in your body, in your appetite, in your mood. That's what it does to your body, even if you don't use cannabis. So the peoples that use it, they communicate with the cannabinoids in the plant with the CB1 receptors in their frontal cortex. So this is science. So your anatomy is built, whether you've used cannabis or not, for cannabis. And that's just science, brother.
I have to get back on that.
You could Google it right now. It starts with the N, endo, ENDO, cannabinoid system. And you can type in CB1 receptor. It's the biggest neuron in your frontal cortex of your brain, right? It's where you release pleasure. It regulates inflammation. It releases endorphins, stimulation, laughter, joy, all of these things. It's a book. It's written. It's called Health and Wellness. It's by. I can look it up real quick for you. She's a doctor. She has a PhD, and she's a cannabis user. That's why it was so interesting to her, because she is a scientist. And they found out these things in the early, I think it was 1982, when they found out about the endocannabinoid system, and that our bodies naturally produce cannabinoids apart from the plant. And most animals have endocannabinoid systems as well. You know what else we have, brother?
What's that?
We have opioid receptors in our brains. Opioid receptors, you know where that comes from?
What? Cocaine?
But cocaine is what? The synthesized version of opium. So your brain has an opiate receptor, meaning it was supposed to receive the opium, not the cocaine. Before, the cocaine is the synthesized version.
So you're supposed to receive the knowledge, not the blast.
You're supposed to receive the plant, not the powder. It's a difference.
See, and you see, out here in LA, Rock cocaine is still a heavy thing. A lot of people are still smoking rock cocaine in LA. A lot of people don't believe it. Yes, people in LA are still smoking rock cocaine. Just go to any LA City park during the day and you'll see somebody.
I bet it's a drug. I bet it's a man-made drug, brother. It's the same way sex is something natural, and they've turned into pornography and into an industry, into something that's corrupt. It's the same thing. They take everything and do what? Try to monetize it and make it evil, bro. They've done the same thing. Perverted it.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I mean, they flip it. You know, that's like I told some people, like, you know, back in the day when that R. Kelly shit was going on, those tapes, I was a kid. I was under 18.
I'm looking up this
book.
book.
And I used to laugh. I used to fuck with the older people that I knew, like, hey, man, y'all some perverts. Man, we don't play around like that. I said, how many times y'all seen the R. Kelly tape? Man, I saw it like 3 or 4 times. I said, but y'all ain't no perverts.
So it's by Dr. Kelly Kirk.
The health and wellness?
Yep, Dr. Kelly Kirk. And it's reefer wellness.
You know, people make a lot of clothes out of hemp.
Yeah, they did. Hemp was the #1 paper distributor before Rockefeller took it over. That's back when hemp was legal. That's before it became illegal.
And you know, a lot of people don't know that, like, alcohol was considered a drug back in the Prohibition days. And we had a president whose family rose to power, you know, from sales of this stuff, which was considered a drug, if y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm talking Mr. JFK.
It's all political reasons, brother.
You know, it's no secret. You know, a lot of people know that his father was a bootlegger, which was able to send his kids to college. But it's kind of crazy because back then it wasn't frowned upon. Basically, that was the drug. He was selling that drug. Just like today, weed is not a crime, you know, a felony in a lot of places. And you still have some people in jail doing time for that shit. What do you think about that?
That's the most spit in the face shit ever. Like, it's some stuff like when a country can pretend that it's not hypocritical and they can hide the injustice, but this is another one where, you know, it George Floyd you right in front of your face, and then the police come home the next day and it's just like, so what? We don't care. And they tailor you and run up in your house and kill you in front of your kids, and police just come home like, so what? We know it's fucked up. We don't care. It just shows you, like, they don't give a fuck. We don't care. Yeah, it's legal, but we already locked them up. We got them already. We don't care. Joke's on you. We already got them. We don't care.
Case closed.
You feel what I'm saying? We already we don't care. It's too late. You know what I mean? So it's not about justice, brother. And for the ones who would like to think that it is, like, we just got to open our eyes a little bit more. Because it's right in your face.
It's right in your face.
Right.
A lot of stuff is right in our face, man. You know, a whole bunch of stuff, you know, as I say, other than that, a lot of stuff went on this past week. You know, a lot of stuff that we seen went on real quick. I want to refreshen some memories real quick. This is a clip I want to show y'all. Get your opinion on this real quick.
Our top story here tonight, the bodies being found in Houston bayous. Houston police report another body was just recovered today from the Buffalo Bayou area near Jensen and East downtown. So if you've been watching and keeping track alongside us, that is 4 bodies recovered in 4 days. Today is Thursday. And
now, this is a clip I played just from the show last week. And the reason I played that is an older clip because that was number 4. Yesterday, they found number 6. So it was a week, not even a week ago.
Fine, they still finding shit.
So my thing is,
Are
I was
those
speaking
black
to
women?
some people. Well, I don't know if they all were. I'm not sure the races of the people, but I know the fifth one was a black college student who had went missing, and they found her in the bayou. But just I say that to say this, man. Like I was talking to my partner down there, Mr. Attorney Russ Stringfellow. You know what I'm saying? And I say, man, what could be done down there? What's going on down there in Houston? You know, from your, just your opinion. Because I said here in LA, we got surveillance everywhere. You know what I'm saying? What's y'all surveillance like down there? Like I know Houston had a lot of dark spots at certain streets. It's like a little roads where it ain't no light and shit for about less than a quarter of a mile. But anything can happen. So I mean, what do y'all think could be done to help prevent some stuff like this? You know what I'm saying? Because this is number 6 in like a month or two.
Shit, who from Houston? I ain't from who in Houston?
Yeah, I mean, ain't nobody. I mean, I ain't from Houston, but I mean, hell, this is something that's going on, and these bayous are located in the black communities of these areas where these bodies are being found. So it's just saying like, what the, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like a lot of people look at what's going on in LA with the riots and raids and shit like that. So I'm just shedding light on shit out there. You know what I'm saying? Because me personally, on my side of the family, I got a lot of people in Houston, Louisiana. Houston is like my second home, man. Shout out to Houston, man. Matter of fact, y'all check out my new single, Drink Over That Ice. You know what I'm saying?
It's real easy to disappear you right now, man. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know about Houston. I don't know how Houston get now. I know where I'm at. It's real easy for them to do what they do right now. And that shit real life. It's been real life. During COVID, it wasn't in the newspaper. It was in a fucking one of them little non-profit little columns, whatever. But they found a black nigga hanging in DC, lynched in DC.
I heard about that.
And it was a nigga lynched in Cali. I think it's San Bernardino County or some shit like that.
Yeah, San Bernardino.
Yeah. It was a nigga lynched during the same month during COVID. That shit didn't. Neither one of them made news. They didn't want to start riots and shit. Like shit's been happening, brother. So it's like, is it only gonna get worse, or is it just, you know what I mean, the same? And now we just getting exposed to more of the same shit. Like, but I know right now it's the perfect climate for that shit to continue. You feel what I'm saying? And even more so than never before, more people don't care because it's more of a norm, and we're seeing how much more people don't care. So all we can say is stay dangerous and be careful. You understand? And take care of your family. That's it.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right,
That's
man.
why I was telling brothers need to get rifles. Fuck them pistols, dog. Need to get some rifles.
What'd you say?
Be careful.
Get some rifles, just like you over there cracking off rifles, huh?
That's real talk. Real talk.
Yeah, man, but we've been on it for a little minute, man. It's Saturday night, going on 8:30 here on the West Coast. What's that? About going on midnight over there.
Yeah, 11:30.
Before we get out of here, man, we like to go around the panel. Let people give some news they can use. You know what I'm saying? Y'all furthest guest, son of man. We're gonna let you tell some people what they need to hear, what you want them to hear before we get out of here, man. It's on you.
Yeah, man, go check out that new album, man. Say Cool. That's Son of Man. That's SEKOU. That's a self-titled album. It'll take you on a little trip. You need to hear that. Plug in with me and be your best self, man. Don't wait till tomorrow for your greatness, because tomorrow may never come, man. The heaven on earth that you're waiting for is inside you, man, just waiting for you to step into it, man. So if you live it every day of your life, man, every day gonna be the best one from now going forward. For sure. Bless up.
Hey, what's up, man? Appreciate you stopping through, man. Like I say, anytime, you're more than welcome. Y'all check him out. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, before we get to you, Don, I want to play this one more time before we out. Y'all check it out.
Coming out the mud, my shoes clean, no rat shit. See, I'm all about the love. With the pussy nigga, I smack a bitch, and I got away with them drugs. But I slow down, cause they tax shit, and I gotta raise my son. None city niggas be cap shit.
Got angels that reach out and touch you. Step on the block and we out like a couple. Fighting for life and there's blood on my knuckle. See me see trouble. Only way thinking I'm keeping it humble. People are loud and I'm keeping the muscle. Know you been hurt, but I know that I love you. Surviving the trenches, they evil to judge you. Live in the world, it's illegal to hug you. It's people like me, I was people above you. Slave to the money, a slave to the hustle. Pull out the pistol, but I wanna tussle. 50 niggas like pop on my stomach. Niggas telling and I swear I'm Obama. First black nigga, swear I'm Obama. Mixing work, I think I'm DJ Drama. Did all of that time bitten with my mama. I came out the trenches, didn't need a sponsor. Life a lie, got to be more honest. They true to the streets, I swear that's a bonus. We go dropping and that be the notice. DA mad and I swear it's a motive. I'ma get back if I ask you to hold it. Niggas get pimped out, they don't even know it. And they don't even know
Coming out the mud, my shoes clean, no rat shit. See, I'm all about the love. But if you pussy nigga, I smack a bitch, and I got away with them drugs. But I slow down, cause they tax shit, and I gotta raise my son. None city niggas be cap shit.
hard surviving with odds against you. Muffled the cries of my little sister. Traumatized, no motion picture. All of my eyes decided the vengeance. Look at our minds, they're killing the senses. Who did the job? Who really pimped us? Who won the money and who really tempted us? Savior is coming, he not gonna forget us. Talking about God, only time I'm a witness. Stay with the pole cause my diamonds are hitting. Started my bit with my mama in prison. Praying to God for a better decision. Am I too evil for him just to listen? Shot at 2 people and they're still missing. Girl got a girl when they still kissing. They still kissing.
Coming out the mud, my shoes clean, no rat shit. See, I'm all about the love. With the pussy nigga, I smack a bitch, and I got away with them drugs. But I slow down cause they tax shit, and I gotta raise my son. None city niggas be cap shit.
Really do this shit. No movie. Real life. No take 2.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. You know, that's Son of Man's song, man. Hey, Son of Man, why don't you tell them where they can go check that song out again?
Oh, that joint on all platforms, man. All platforms, iTunes, it's on YouTube, Deezer, Spotify. Just put in Son of Man, Out the Mud. That's out DAMUD. It'll pop up.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Appreciate you having. I hope y'all enjoyed the West Coast. My boy Son of Man. Well, peeps came out here, man. You know, we got some footage, man, and like I said, y'all stay tuned for that movie, Non-Affiliates in the Hood. They got a little cameo in there. This shit is gonna be crazy. I'm waiting for some more clips to finish editing. I'm gonna drop the official commercial, hopefully this Sunday. But you know, it's gonna be a good one, man. This movie's good, man. Show you how it go down in the hood, but yeah, man. Hey Don, man, why don't you go ahead and give us some news they could use?
Hey, just look out after yourselves. You know what I mean? Everybody's not your friend. People you may think is your friend may not be so cool with you in the end. There's always somebody trying to get a brother in his back, or even get a sister in their back. So always be aware of your surroundings. I always know that, you know what? Everybody you think is down with you ain't down with you. Look out after yourself. Keep your head up. Keep it on the swivel, and you'll be fine. Just don't get caught slipping. You'll be all right. That's what I got to leave for people who's trusting everybody. Can't trust everybody, even if they're in your corner right now. I done seen it happen. So always keep your head on your swivel and look out after yourself. Because everybody ain't doing that. Check that.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. And Orlando said you should watch out for Renee.
Silly motherfucker.
I mean, like I say, man, I appreciate you gentlemen for coming on. You know, I ain't really got much to say to people tonight. I mean, just be real with yourself. You know, it's a lot of women out there right now thinking about a man who got a vibrator on the clit. Stop doing that. Just go give him a call or send him a message and tell him to come over and wax your dirty ass.
What the fuck?
Orlando said, "I'm gonna go do that." You know, you know what,
Nasty
man?
motherfucker.
Real talk, man. Snap back into reality. You know what I'm saying, man? A lot of people out there trying to live other people's lives. A lot of people trying to live above their means. Trying to get rich. Trying to get rich will cause you to live miserable sometime because you don't have to be rich to live comfortably. You know what I'm saying? The goal is to live comfortably. You know what I'm saying? Get into a position where you can live comfortably, the people you love around you that's helped you. And don't forget about the people that looked out for you when nobody else would, man. I tell people that all the time, man. Like, I see so many people befriend people who wouldn't piss on them if they was on fire and overlook the people that was always there for them. Don't do that, man. Stay true to who you are. Stick to your morals. Remember what your mama, grandma, auntie, that nigga down the block, that crackhead with knowledge who drank wine told you, man. If you stay true to yourself, you will always make it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said again, appreciate you fellas for
You
coming
think
through.
about it, more rich people go crazy than poor people.
Well, a lot of people who win a lotto, people don't notice. A lot of people who win a lotto allegedly commit suicide or either go broke instantly. So I say that to say this: you have to be smart about it. Money management. If you don't know how to read, go learn how. If you don't understand something, go to somebody you know who does, or go to a library and read up on it. Like I say, man, it's west of the 110. Real talk don't end. Just take a break. Appreciate you fellas, man. We'll be here on Monday, 7 p.m.
110 to the 105, over to the 10 to the 405 LA, boy, we get it in. 110 to the 105, over to the 10 to the 405 LA, boy, we get it in. Still about to flip a script, man, I'm trying to get rich. Like I'm in Las Vegas with a bunch of fucking chips. Out the bridge right by you, let the motor open up. I'm a 454, y'all niggas souped up. Flow winter like Colorado, know it be cold. I've been having money, niggas, since 10 years old. Neck froze, not me, I ain't showing what I got. Niggas got some issues, me, I'm pimping parking lots. Everybody